Hi friends, you welcome to Sham Institute. We'll discuss today's current affairs. Have a look at the headlines of the day. Bharat Biotech vaccine for diarrhea and India's social security coverage. Exercise Conquest, International Organization for Marine Aids to Navigation. International Organization for Marine Aids to Navigation of Lighthousing Authority. Lighthousing Authority. We will discuss about this one. ILA, Operation Rising Lion, Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana, and the biggest air crash. So, anyways, then this is the one we have to discuss more and more. Moving to the first and foremost one, have a look at this one. India's social security coverage jumps to 64.3. So, India's social security coverage, social security coverage in the sense the protection provided by the government to the citizens of the nation. So, through the schemes introduced by the government, it can reach the citizens, like those programs, how extent they are facilitating the people of the nation is very important. So, earlier it was, if you observe in 2015, this particular social security coverage was 19%. But in a span of 10 years, a decade we call, in this particular decade, 2015 to 25, then we observed a drastic change, that is 64.3%. So, the social security programs coverage or social security coverage, it may be through pensions, it may be through facilitating, providing direct benefit transfers to the people, and like providing insurance kind of things. It may be accidental insurance, it may be life insurance. All these comes considered as a social security coverage. So, this is the drastic change, no second thought in this one. Around 45% of the 45% of the surge observed in this particular social security coverage. That is the main point here we have. So, that is the reason India's social security coverage jumped to 64.3%. Earlier it was in 19%, as I mentioned earlier. And at the same time, global wise, China is in first position in reaching covering the social security programs. India occupied second position. This was announced by International Labour Organization, which is located at Geneva, Switzerland. ILO, International Labour Organization, given all this stuff, all this information, and then India stood at second position globally. India stood at second position, then immediately after China. And here if you observe, like the social security programs introduced and which has got very good circulation in the market, which has got very successfully reached the market. The first and foremost one, Pradhan Mantri Shram Yogi Mandhan Yojana. Pradhan Mantri Shram Yogi Mandhan Yojana. It is a pension program, pension scheme introduced by the government, pension scheme, and the age group between 18 to 40 years, then they get a pension contribution of 50% from the government, and the rest 50% by then the person who is going to have that particular pension facility. They have to contribute 50% and the rest will be done by the government. That is the process of this Shram Yogi Mandhan Yojana. And in addition to this, Pradhan Mantri Suraksha Bhima Yojana is a accidental insurance facility provided to the citizens age in between 18 to 70 age group. Then citizens, they get this particular Pradhan Mantri Suraksha Bhima Yojana facility. And the next one, Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Jyoti Bhima Yojana, JJBY we call. The age group is 18 to 50, then get benefited with this particular facility. Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Jyoti Bhima Yojana, it is a life insurance program. And in addition to this, we have Atal Pension Yojana. Atal Pension Yojana, age group is 18 to 40 again, and it is a pension scheme. This PMSYM and Atal Pension Yojana, these two are pension schemes, but a small difference than we can observe. But in Pradhan Mantri Shram Yogi Mandhan Yojana, age group is 18 to 40, Atal Pension Yojana 18 to 40, but here like in Shram SYM, PM SYM, the 50% government contribution will be there, but here like entire premium you have to pay for a 11 months in a year, and the 12th month premium will be added by the government. That is a concept in Atal Pension Yojana, but these two programs are pension programs only. That is a context here we have. And moving to the next one and the important one, that is Exercise Conquest. Exercise Conquest is a program officially introduced in 2003. Only 2 nations were participated by the time, US and Mongolia. US and Mongolia were part of this particular exercise. It is a military exercise anyways, military exercise, and in 2006 they made this particular exercise as a multilateral or multinational exercise. So then around 23 nations are participating in this particular one, 23 nations at present. So this particular summit then from 14th to 28th of June, 14th to 28th of June, this will be conducted at Ulaanbaatar. Ulaanbaatar is a capital of Mongolia. So this is this particular exercise is going to engage or going to get held in Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia in between 14th to 28th, and the previous was 2024, this is 2025. The 2024 summit was 2024, this particular summit was held at same Ulaanbaatar only, Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia, 2024. This was a 21st military exercise, 21st conquest exercise. This one 22nd conquest exercise. So that is a context here. The 22nd conquest exercise will be from 14th to 28th, in between 14th to 28th will be conducted in Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia, the capital of Mongolia. So this is how like it introduced. India is a part of this particular 23 countries participates here. So then they learn about the military advancements, the special things then involved in this particular exercises as well. That's all about this particular conquest exercise. So conquest exercise, it is a military exercise between India and Mongolia. Try to comment here what are the other exercises between India and Mongolia, maybe air force or naval exercise or military exercise. Name that particular military exercise between India and Mongolia. That is then your comment space. Then moving to the next one, International Organization for Marine Aids to Navigation Lighthousing Authority. That is called ILA, IALA. This is one. So why it is in news then, if you ask, is an international organization. Then the main objective of this particular organization is marine aids. Marine aids in the sense the seawater related support and lighthousing authority. It's an international lighthousing authority. How the changes then these nations are absorbing, like related to the marine support and those. If any training kind of things required, then it provides, and directions required in global sense, then by conducting councils and those, then this particular ILA organization introduces to the market. So here, like if you observe this officially news, because the recent second council of ILA, this ILA's second council recently observed in Nice of France. This is the second council, and in 2025 here, and in 2025 same year the first council was observed during February of ILA. The first council observed in Singapore. So that is a specialty here. So IALA, marine aids, marine support to the aids to navigation in the sense direction, like which direction they have to go. So then showing the paths, showing the directions, and then some guidelines, providing some guidelines. So then path making areas, then it highlights in general, and then which facilitates the lighthousing authority as well. That is a context here as a whole. So try to comment here, where is the IALA headquarters located? So try to comment IALA headquarters. Moving to the next one. Yes, the biggest air crash, then almost everyone heard about it, and then like which is the, it is the one of the biggest crashes observed in India, and like which is a Boeing, the Boeing name is, the name of the Boeing is 7878 Dreamliner, a Dreamliner. This is the flight. So then which has got crashed in immediately when it was started, and then it has just taken off the part, and like which collided with a particular building which is located in Ahmedabad, Mehani Nagar, so near Ahmedabad, and like this was the flight of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel International Airport, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel International Airport. Its capacity is 242 to 290 members, 242 to 290 members, and now in the last turn it has carried around 242 members. Out of these 242, like 12 crew members are there and 230 passengers. Out of these 230 passengers, 229 passed in this particular crash, and only one survived. Only one person survived. Ramesh Vishwas, a person survived. Ramesh Vishwas. And then the drastic thing in this particular crash is that the two-time Chief Minister of Gujarat, 2016 to 21. So then he passed away. Rupani, he passed away in this particular crash. So that is a very drastic one, and like there is no particular reason for this particular one, but as of now the information available is that due to the fuel jam this particular crash was happened, and then in addition to the passengers it affected some medicos as well. Around 20 plus medicos passed away. They are part of BJ Medical College, part of this medical college. 24 members passed away, 24 plus members, some doctors, medicos, like then trainees then passed away, and it directly crashed that particular canteen part of that particular medical college. So then immediately around 20 plus people died in this particular event. So then like anyways then they get a insurance for this particular one. The official news is saying that they get around 2,400 crore rupees of insurance for this particular aeroplane. So that is the official news here we have. But like anyways then we have lost 200 plus people. Out of these 229 people, 50 plus the people or 53 members around are Britishers, and then some Portuguese people also there, around Portuguese people are around 7 members. So in this they lost their life in this particular event. That's one. That's all about this particular event happened yesterday. Like then just before a day, like one ad was observed, that was a midday ad. However, then they have showed in this particular advertisement that was immediately happened in this particular day. That's a special thing here. And at the same time, like today is the 13th anyways, we have Indian Civil Aviation Department, that is Director General of Civil Aviation, taken a decision that the running or foregoing the fight between Israel and Iran, we were diverted our aeroplanes not to touch Iran and Israel. So this was happened yesterday, that like the 200 plus lives when we might have saved. There's a context here. So anyways, like that is the issue. Moving to the next one, Operation Rising Lion. This was officially announced by then Israel President Netanyahu, attack on Iran. So then they attacked Iran with the 100 plus drones and UAVs as well, unmanned aerial vehicles. They crashed, and like Commander Chief of Iran Mohammad Bagheri, they killed this particular person with the missiles. This particular person Mohammad Bagheri, the Commander in Chief of Iran, he killed in this particular operation. So is a fight between Israel and Iran. That's the context here we have. Moving to the, what is the name of the operation? Operation Rising Lion. Moving to the next one, Bharat Biotech vaccine. Bharat Biotech vaccine is for diarrhea. Diarrhea we know is a bacterial disease or bacterial infecting a particular disease which affects the immunity in general in long sense. Like generally like coming 3 to 4 times or more than that times a stool in a day, the two in a liquid format, that is a general symptom of this particular one. We can observe nausea and then vomit sensation on those in this particular one with this particular disease. So anyways, like Bharat Biotech introduced a vaccine for this particular disease, and then it's in trial stage. One, if the trial version is completed, certainly then it may reach the market. Then try to comment here the name of the vaccine. Comment the name of the vaccine, name. So if you comment it, then certainly then you remember for a long period. Comment the name of the vaccine. It's meant for diarrhea. Who introduced? Bharat Biotech. Okay, that's a point. Moving to the next one, Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana. Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana is a scheme introduced by the government of India in 2016, and it has completed 9 years by 2025. The main objective of the scheme is providing LPG connections to the rural households, the two SC, ST families, SC, ST women, and marginally backward classes, and forest dwelling areas, forest dwelling people. Why they have mentioned forest dwelling people? The reason is that these forest dwelling people, for their cooking purpose, they use wood. Generally then if they use that, like similarly then that may get affect the environment. So to avoid this environmental issues, then they introduce this particular category as under this particular Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana. So the record level of connections they were provided, and the program started, as I mentioned, in 2016. Target to reach 8 crore connections by 2020, but by 2022 then they have reached this 8 crore. By 2022 they introduced the next version of this program, that is called Ujjwala 2.0. Ujjwala 2.0 is all about providing these LPG connections to the migrant workers as well. The particular 1.0 is for all SC, ST, marginally backward classes, forest dwelling people, and etc. But like here, like the next version, the 2.0 version extended for migrant workers as well. Migrant workers like on work provision or workforce provision, then if they shifted to any area, any state or any place, certainly then they also then considered under this particular program. So with this particular one, by 2025 March, this particular number reached to 10.33 crores. As of now, 10.33 crores Indian citizens has got this particular LPG connections with this particular program. So 8 crores 2020 target, and by 2025 they reached around 10.33 crores of people connected with LPG. That is a context, that is a part of this PMUY program. That's the one. So these are current affairs for the day. We will meet in tomorrow's session with the continuation of this one. Thank you and all the best.